Okay, start up here. Look, guys, I don't know what I'm doing here. Now, when Ndota must do this, Ndota must do that, it doesn't work. That's why we work on gender roles today. And we asked the question, is it still relevant today or is it a thing of the past? We sit with a couple who are experts in relationships.
We cannot then put women in that box and generalize and say, therefore, because you are able to give birth, you should be a natural.
And a couple who've had to deal with gender roles in their marriage.
So, nam no mangshada, that was the expectation.
Stay tuned. Oh, wait, babe. Hi, mo ka re tshwanetse re late mechanic wa mannet. Cause wa bona carburetor e blockilwe ke radiator. And gore ke fihle mo tshwanetse ke kene through alternator. Nanga se. Most of you know me as a stand-up comedian.
I saw a guy who had a sign that said, "I'm so angry, I made a sign." What?
Ntho e sa tsebeng ke gore ke le timer, ya jola, and ke nagana wait for maybe one day le nna ke tla ba husband.
It's rough.
Hey, re tla bona. Join me as I find out what happens after the vows. Dumelang bagaetso, welcome to yet another episode of After the Vows. Today I'm joined in studio by my beautiful guests and we are going to discuss the topic yadi gender roles. Ntuacher indoda yenza so, hey mosadi wetsa guy, hey a woman belongs here, a man belongs here. We're going to discuss all the gender roles there are in marriage. But before we do get into it, I'd like for us to watch a small video I've prepared and then we'll get into it.
Mbona dizzy ke ngoku yo zakuwa yo ayibona njani
Bathong.
njani
How, my dogs?
kanene my dad used to
Lucas, I'll sort this out.
hayibo
You just sit down, watch your man take care of business. Wangutla mtasa.
ayike
Hlokomela he.
okay jonga cimile ke ngoku njani
Ah, haya moshe ya kinto ke load shedding.
pillow shedding because umbani ukhona
No, it was in the news last week. It's level 4.5, 4.5 load shedding.
ucima iTV yodwa
Fela.
kazohlala phansi vusto tata wanifundisa le ntombi
You don't watch the news, so you don't know what's happening with load shedding, with televisions.
Ay. What's that? You see? Gqibile ke sana. You. Bengeke size sisebenze kaloku. I fixed it. Yabo, simple is working very well.
No, I made it easier.
Please, sapes popcorn.
I can't reach her.
Sapi popcorn for people who can fix TVs. Thank you.
Bagaetso, as ke ne ke tshilo mathomo nga episode gore today tla be re bua ka di gender roles. So re bonetse from the video we were watching gore there is still that thing ya gore men are supposed to do this, women are supposed to do this. So what I want to know from you guys is what are the other gender roles that are out there?
I think from giving me I'm expected to be a protector, you know. Noma ngibona situation ukuthi hayi because umuntu wami sometimes uma nenhliziyo encane nokulwa nabo taxi driver endleleni mase xabana mase kushuba se escalator sekuyimi emela phume manje kodwa kusime ngiqale kumele yabo. So I think it's one of those nazo ama gender roles lokuba inkinga nje.
Ostuli?
Okay, one that I can think of is taking care of the kids. Yeah, that is mostly deemed as a woman's role.
And it's really not.
No, not in this lifetime, I'd like to think, yeah.
Gone are those days, boy. Sila. 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 Sila.
But anginabele mphomna uyancelisa my previous
Nebodlela, ne micro oven.
Thank you.
Sila, it's the modern time. To our beautiful coaches here today with us, what are gender roles?
Gender roles come from societal expectation of how mesebetsi ya mo tlung have been classified. So if you are a woman, you'd be identified o le ko dipitseng, you know? And if you're a man, you'll be identified, home. So that from a societal point of view, it was for identifying gender in a way. Yeah.
And I feel like the world we live in now has evolved so much that things are no longer like that. Now in my relationship, it's the opposite. If kibona ligundwani, ke chayela yana gore babe, ke a kopa. Gona le ligundwani ka mo ntlong. I need you to sort it out. Do you understand? Because and it doesn't make me feel less of a man, but it's me being honest with myself and saying, namakundwan anglola.
Yeah.
Likundi akhoni. And yena akirvele plus I can tutsa khai likundi uletswara fast. Let's fast. So I want to know from our beautiful couple, when you first entered into your marriage, what did you think your gender roles were, and what did you think your wife's gender roles were?
Okay. Yeah. I think the often understand ukuthi ama relationships siba nawo start ama cues 8 from la sikhulele khona. Ngikhule ubaba kumuntu osebenzayo, umama kumuntu ohlala endlini. So nami noma ngishada, that was the expectation, ukuthi ngiyasebenza, so umkambe kasebenza naye, ngiyasebenza sisebenza so makabuye endlini ngiyahlala uba busy nengane and all that, but makhamba isikhathi uyabona ukuthi lento le iba too much for yena. Suppose we worked for the same company, but we begenza konke lokho because mangikhula ngaze ngibona ubaba achanela, ngaze ngibona ubaba ashintsha umuntu ilokho njani ingane inabukeni, understand? So certain things mawuzenza kuba ngathi ukudlisile. So but ngithe mangizwitness ayena zenza ngibona ne-strain esimkhosayo, lokho wakosa ukuthi kushintshe.
We are really conditioned, as people. We are what we saw in life. I mean, and for me being a man, and we to her, okay, this is a role of a man. Or when I'm sadly busy, like, I mean, let the clip just showed us, sorry. Pride, ego, yamanna kicks in. I want to prove. And even if you are not gonna even do it perfectly, because I may not be a creative, I may not be an artist. I make an artist in that she will even do it nicely. But it affected a big time because now ke batlo e assume ka mentality ya my gender.
Welcome back to After the Vows. Lighty, mo social media, bare, there's this thing called indoda must, right? So there's this trend that's happening, indoda must. And we like to speak about gender roles as something of the past, but it seems like for some weird reason, it's sneaking back into modern society. So before we carry on with our conversation today, I'd like for us to watch a clip I've put together, and then we'll take it from there.
No. Household duties should be evenly shared.
There can't be a girl there, and it looks like there's no girl that lives there.
Every man, it doesn't matter how nice you are, you go into a marriage with certain expectations. Even if you know you can do stuff, part of you want to sit and your wife brings you a tray, it's inbuilt.
I don't believe in gender roles in our marriage. Times like when she's washing dishes, I am there to help her wash dishes. That's when you spend quality time together.
It doesn't take away from him as a man to wash the dishes. The same way it doesn't take away from me as a woman if I handle the finances. I mean, how ridiculous would it be if your wife is an accountant, but you want to insist you want to do the finances?
Physically, we made differently. So men are usually stronger. So most of the physical stuff around the house, I think the man should do that. And women are built differently in that they're more nurturing.
So guys, as Leboni clipping early, there was a gentleman who said men are perceived to still be stronger, and therefore they still should be gender roles. Shouldn't me coming out with this shape and form and strength be a sign from nature. As a man, you should be doing the heavier lifting, the handiwork. If someone breaks into the house, you shouldn't look at Msadi Wahao and go, ching chong cha. No, you must, as munna, iya utla kopana li bullet kopi, because kuke munna. I'm being the devil's advocate here because I want to know, as much as we live in this gender fluid, new, woke, what culture, naturally, aren't we supposed to be, conforming to these gender roles?
Is all right. I do agree partly because young from land, right? In format law, correct? Oguti, normas ngaya gupe. There will always be my expectations, and as soon as an expectation, some faggy boxing, right? It's natural as human beings. That's how we exist. We put it into a category. Otherwise, I wouldn't understand what a wife is if I'm in a category. Yes. I wouldn't understand what a man is. I wouldn't have the expectation to go to anything I life in now. So I think about unrealistic of us. You would stop in having where I'm going to be a role. You would, because that's how we exist. Even in your heterosexual relationships, even in your homosexual relationships, no abandon same sex. You find good there's a spirit or embodied femininity, embodied masculinity. So I think I'm much in the roles of a corner, but it doesn't mean kumela be unequal.
No, I also agree, no, Baba, with as males and females, I think it's fine 100%, but we just need to embrace each other in our differences and come together and try to find a way of functioning together, in this society and in these families that we're trying to grow. As much as us as women want to be similar to men, at times, we really aren't. As much as we want to be equal, but we really aren't, because it has been proven that women are nurturers. Naturally, we are nurturers. Yes, you cannot take that away from us as women, and men are muscular, I mean, well, most men I'd like to think, but...
How most, John?
So, and me learning that, I had to come to a point where I was like, okay, let's come to an agreement. Where you are weak, I'll be strong. Where you are strong, I'll be, Yes. I think it's just as simple as that, but indoda must, umfazi must, all the time.
A lot of these gender roles come from what we've been exposed to previously within our different cultures and our backgrounds. Should we then be looking into redefining what that is for us and for future generations like our kids?
Exactly. Look, let's evolve and let's allow evolution to take place. When I'm coming into a relationship with a person, first I must also understand that I'm getting into a relationship with an adult, not a child. Someone who understands what they want, and I must appreciate what they want. And if that which they want I can't really agree with, then that's where I can look for someone else whom I can agree with. We don't have to change a person. We have to merge because we can work together.
What are some of the dangers of being with someone who has different gender role expectations?
When you live with someone who doesn't allow you to be who you are, you tend to feel stifled. You would suffocate because it doesn't allow you to freely express yourself as an individual. So that's one. And you don't want to live with someone who feels that I cannot freely express myself as a person. And when we are aware, and this is what you're doing, just imagine someone suffocating you. Would you like to stay in a relationship where you feel suffocated?
Not at all.
And I think we need to first look at it from that perspective. I'm actually suffocating my partner, and I do not want them to live with me feeling that kind of way.
And more than suffocating, I think it's also not allowing you to grow.
Yes.
Welcome back to After the Vows. Kajenu ribua kadi gender roles. And there's this common myth about Tungbari, waitsi indoda must say is soft indoda masenzi washing, say cleaner, say pega, idlisiwe. I'm sitting here with two gentlemen who do all of that in their marriages. So I want to find out from them. Budmut, udlisi?
No, like this one.
No, because I want us to really debunk this myth. Ya gore monna o phehang, o cleanang, o etsang, o jisitswe. Where does that come from?
Yeah, look, it's the fact that if you are expected to do a particular role as a man and you're not doing it, then you are failing. A number of things why men, we change these days and now start doing things differently. It is also an expression of love.
Love language, affection, touch. I didn't think there are things like cooking is a love language for your wife, cleaning up is a love language for your wife.
Providing service.
Yeah. So I want to know from our beautiful couple, what have you guys done to redefine gender roles within your marriage?
I think now izinto zishintshile between mina nomkami. Yeah, zishintshile a lot. As much as ushintsho lungekho la ideal la lifuna kuba khona. I think, but what has changed mostly ukuthi before masaqala, when I don't do certain things, she would think intentional I'm trying to hurt her. I understand good. This is new to me. It's not ukuthi angifuni ukupheka. It's not ukuthi angifuni ukwenza umbhedo. It's just ngikhule kanjalo. As much as ngakafika idea la khona kumele ngipheke ngoba ukupheka ngikwazi vele. So uyophekayo isikhathi esiningi mina mangipheka mangishaya amaqanda nje ngiyashaya iqanda. Kodwa ngishaya amaqanda. So but manje athi useshintshile ukuthi la ngisafuzama khona akayibheki as mina trying to hurt her or mina ngiba stubborn. We understand ukuthi umuntu wami usazama uzofika kulo level, and makageza ingane, I try to look for, I try to wake up ngesikhathi avuka ngaso manje ukuthi okay now thing is forced because we'll be doing the same thing throughout the course of the day, so why mina kumele ngilale? So makavuka is either mina ngizenza sure ukuthi transport abantwana or ngiyamsiza ukuthi whatever ngizobuza yena because I just ngithola angiyazi, so ngizobuza le baby yini engidinga ukuthi ngisize ngayo. Uzongitshela hamba uthatha leyo ngithola as much as makasemamudeni uzongithethisa ke, but normally ngiyambuza ukuthi ngiyenzeni, actually do this do that ngithola, and you find ukuthi after lapho somehow izinto ziba mnandi nalokho ngifuna ngiyathola. Yeah.
No, I think it's a lot of learning, but at the same time it's a lot of unlearning. Yeah. True. Tuli, what would you say
I
guys
think
have done?
Also another thing was marital counseling. I know this is going to sound all cliche and stuff, but because we went into it thinking we know this thing, and then when these things happen, Oba shocked, and Lina ile yang shocker because it was his idea for us to actually go seek marital counseling. But we went through that. We sought help from other people, Bailing Baba, in this thing for a long time. That also helps, to speak to other couples who have experience in this thing. For you know what, guys, what is happening to you is not unique. This thing can be fixed, Do 1, 2, and 3 so that, so don't just sit lily bang and think, this marriage is not working out. Where's us all, So there are other ways, looking your issues by going out and finding the right people.
Okay. And then I want to know, with your marriage, what are some of the things you guys did to redefine the gender roles in your marriage?
Especially, I think I was the struggling one, honestly. I was the one who needed a bit of education,
Okay, noli indota must.
Yeah, I you know what's the problem? Many of us, we get into marriage with assumptions.
Yes.
You already assume who a man is and who a woman is in a marriage without knowing exactly who you're dealing with, because the person you're dealing with is an individual. She's not my mother. She can't be like my mother. She cannot be like her sister. It's not possible. she is a unique person, and do I know this unique person?
Also, you look like you are agreeing to what your husband is saying.
Oh no, most definitely. And I think on my side, what actually helps was communicating what I felt, this is not me. And when he keeps wanting me to be something else, which I'm not, no, but this is not me. And look, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. Like he said, sometimes Atla, with his preconceived ideas of what a wife should be, it becomes very difficult for himself into now accepting you for who you are. But I think being able to vocalize, what I need or what I want from him, or making him aware of who I am. I mean, I remember Kim just said, I don't like cooking. It's not that I like it, but it's just a chore that needs to be done. And you need to understand that it's not that
Yes, I think I hear what you're trying to say. Sometimes moto winka personally rice mponga so.
Yes, exactly.
Means meat or green. When or naki kenzi mo microwave. Tshwanetse re ja ke it's a function thing.
Yeah.
Whereas you know expect motho o tlo phega a kenye bojotle ba gae to the meal. I think the most important thing that stands out for me is when it comes to the issue of just being married. I think it's up to us to redefine what gender roles are to us.
Yes.
We spoke about the whole leadership thing. I think like you said, we need to sit together and decide where our strengths are as a couple. Na limbona ke le so, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Lampona ke mo gae. Ke tlhokomela bana. A ke tsebo apaya mara the ingredients nka di kgetha. So, in a relationship, it is up to you to decide. Mang, wetsa ing, ning, kai, shong. Thank you for watching After the Vows. Remember, we still want to engage with you. We still want to have these conversations with you online. So please interact with us on all social media platforms. From me and my wonderful guests, I'd like to say thank you for watching. And we will see you same time, same place next week. Lesalang Sinclair.